Hi, this is Tracy with Totally Traced. It is Wednesday, so I am live to demonstrate a project for you, and I'm actually going to be doing a 3D Easter project. So I'm hoping that you will enjoy this and you can copy it and make it your own. All right, let's see. I'm just getting my computer set up so we're all set to go. If you do join me, please say hi. I always like to see who's watching. Tell me where you're from. Give me your thoughts. Hopefully you'll love what I do. But, if you don't, you can tell me that too and give me some feedback. So I found these jelly beans at the Dollar Tree, and they came in packs of 4. And I thought it was cute that it says Coastal Bay, and I thought, I should use Coastal Cabana ink and paper with it, but I'm actually not going to do that today. And so I wanted to make a little treat holder for this, for Easter. Now, this year I did not buy any of the Easter paper, the Easter stamps, and so I'm really challenged right now with how can I make things look Eastery. So I'm going to do my best. The first thing that I pulled out is the Wildflower. Make sure I get the name of this right. The Wildflower birthday paper. So I created a whole class around this paper. I absolutely love this paper. And I use the, what I call the fun side. Let's see, I use this side for it, but all along I knew I loved the back too because they're so springy. So I'm going to try and use this today. Hi, Karen. Hi, Linda. Thanks for joining me. Hi, Carrie. So here is going to be the gist of the container. I feel like you guys are really zoomed in today. I might have to change my camera a little bit. So the jelly beans fit right inside there, and then of course I'm going to decorate it. So I'm going to show you how I got to this point so that you can replicate it. All right, but close your eyes for a minute because I'm going to move the camera. So no motion sickness allowed. Let's see, does that fit better under there? Oh yeah, that's a little better. Okay, so my workspace is a little bit of a mess right now because I just pulled out everything that I could possibly use. So you are going to need some cardstock, some coordinating designer series paper, and then something to make it look like a tag. I'm actually using the Everyday Arches dies. I'm using the largest one. I'm really excited about these. I've only had them for about a week now, and I've used them a lot already. So I'm going to be using that. All right, so I pulled out Pretty in Pink for this one. I think on the next one I'm going to use Soft Seafoam Green because I'm going to try and use one of these papers. Okay, so I'm going to cut this to 9 by 4. So on my short side, I'm cutting it at 4, and then my long side will cut at 9. So this treat container, you can adapt to anything you want to put in it. So if you wanted to put in a bag of M&Ms, if you wanted to put in a little chocolate bunny, pretty much anything can fit in there. You just might need to change your size. So I'm going to show you how I got my size. Hi, Lynn. Glad you could make it again. Nice to see you. So basically what I did is, you can see this is one long sheet, and I just folded it, and I needed it to glue. Let's make sure it's in the camera so you can actually see. And I just needed it to glue there. So the first thing I did was I measured the depth. And I went just a little bit bigger than that depth. So I think this was a 1/2 inch, and I'm going to go, so yes, it's 1/2 inch. So I went 5/8 inch. Then I measured this way because I wanted to make sure the depth would fit and the length would fit. And again, I went about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch longer. And then I made this flap. Okay, and that flap, it doesn't matter how long that flap is. It's just enough to glue it so that it closes it. So for these jelly beans, I'm going to score it at 5/8 inch. 5/8. Just doing it twice so I don't mess it up. Then 1 1/4. So this one is going to be my flap. So I did it 5/8. If you did it a half, it's not going to make that much of a difference. 1 1/4, then 4, and then 4 5/8. And then this is the fun part. I'll fold it up and make sure I actually measured correctly. And see if it fits. All right, so I'll just show you. You can see those score marks. So I've got the 2 close together here and then here. And so that will be the top part of my box. So I'm just gonna crease each one. And right now I'm just making sure that it's gonna actually work. So I folded it. The idea would be that goes there. Okay, so yes, I've got all my creases. That looks even. We'll make sure this fits. Yes, perfect. So simple as that to make it. Before I glue all that down though, I'm gonna take the largest arch and I'm gonna put it here. And you can see it's almost the same size. And so I'm gonna run it through my die cutting machine. And did you know you don't have to die cut a whole piece? So I'm gonna run it through to about here. That way it doesn't cut any of this out. Again, I'll put it in camera so you can actually see. So I'll run it through my die cutting machine to about here because I don't want any of this cut. I definitely don't want to cut out the bottom of it. And that's just gonna give me that rounded shape. You can use any tag that you have. If you have border dies, those work really well. I don't know if we have any current bundles that have a border die. Oh, well, Ocean Friends does. It has that little wave. So I guess if I took more time to think about it, I could probably think of some more. And if I've got any friends out there that can think of one, feel free to chime in. All right, so you can see I just ran it to about there, and now I'm just gonna fold this up to make sure. And so that looks pretty good. And then I'm just gonna take my scissors. Oh no, I had a class last night and a get together party. We had so much fun, but I haven't completely cleaned it up yet. And so my good scissors are still out in the dining room where the class was. So that'll be fun cutting some ribbon here. Okay, so it's going to go like that. And then to decorate, I really think, oh, so let's see. Oh, I love this paper. It's just so sweet. I think I am going to use this one. We'll see. I plan on making several of these because I'm going to give them to, this will be my pillow gift for all the people that ordered my March class. So I'm going to be making a bunch of these. So we'll do this one live for you. So this piece, I'm just cutting down 1/4 inch. So this is going to be 2.5 by 3 3/4. And I'm going to guess, I want that to be the 2.5. Actually, let's do the 3 3/4 first. And then 2.5, I should be able to get 2 of them out of this. Let's see. Oh, no, just a little bit shy. Okay, and that is going to get glued there. Oh, that's, goodness, I'm making it crooked. Okay, and then this flap, I'm just going to add some tape. And we're just going to close this up. Now, a little hint, this slides around quite a bit. So what you could do is you could just add a little piece right there, just so it's more secure. And then the tricky part is making this so it's even and flat. Ta-da! And now you can see that it's, oh, you can see it's not sturdy in there at all. So maybe the trick would be to actually put a line of glue in there. Okay, or of course you could wrap ribbon going around this way. Okay, so now it's time to decorate. So I told you that I don't have any I didn't get any current Easter sets. But I have this one from last year that I absolutely love, and I have to use it. So again, we all use our things that have retired. So if you have this one, it'd be great. If you don't, the current storybook would also be cute. So, and I have picked out this guy. And let's see, I need some white scrap. I just love those little bunnies. How do you feel? Have you seen the storybook bunnies? How do you feel about them? I thought they were a little creepy looking, to be honest, so I didn't get them. At first I thought, oh, they're so cute. They remind me of, books that I read when I was a kid. And then I looked at them, I thought, no. Hi, Denise. Thanks for joining. So I'm just going to color this. This is the light crumb cake that I'm using. I'm just going to color him real fast. Going to leave his belly white. And of course, that cottontail white. So last year when I made cards with this, I tore up cotton and put a little glue dot there so that there was a 3D tail. So that's really cute. That's something else you can do if you have this set. Okay, and then I'm going to take my darker one and I'm just going to blend a little bit. Just go around some of these edges. Oh, let's do up here too a little bit. And then that's a little stark, so I'm just going to kind of blend that in. I feel like my blending game has been getting better lately. I've been practicing and working on it. And then of course for the ear, I'm just gonna give a little bit of, I think this is Bubble Bath that I have out. All right, so then I would fussy cut this. I do already have one ready. And then this is the Stylish Shapes. So I just made a circle. So we'll decorate that. And then up here, I'm also going to decorate. I pulled out some white ribbon. I wish I could tell you the name. I completely forgot it. And let's see, I have a hole punch here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hole punch right here in the center. And this stamp set also has an Easter treat for you. So I'm going to pull that out. And maybe decorate with some eggs. So this is the fun part. Once you've got the basics down, you can color it however you want, decorate it however you want, I mean. So I think that'll be big enough. Hi, Rosalind. We're making an Easter treat right now. Do that a little bit more ink. And again, my scissors are still on the dining room table from a class I had last night. So I'm using these old ones that really aren't meant for these detail cuts, but we'll make it work. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put a little tiny hole there. Oh no, let's try that again. Did you see what I did? I didn't leave an, oh, and I did the same thing. My goodness. This is what scraps are for, right? There we go. That one actually stamped the nicest too. That's the one I want. Now let's see if I can punch my hole without tearing the paper. There we go. Okay, so I've got some white linen thread. That I'm just going to put through here. Maybe. There we go. And then for this one, put that through. And then I'm just going to tie a bow. Right? We know this trick, so once you have that knot there, then you lay this one in between it. Does everybody know that trick? And then we'll tie this one over that. You watch my reels and you think, gosh, she's so good at tying bows. And then you watch me live and you realize it's all trick of the camera. Okay, nope, I don't like that. I need to make it longer. Feeling challenged right now. See, you're not the only ones that struggle with bows. Okay, so I'm tying the knot. There we go. Okay, and then we'll just work it a little bit. So now this, we're going to make sure is facing the right way. And then of course we'll make a bow with this one too. Which you don't have to. This one you could do. Oh boy, you're probably going to get Alchemy's head in a minute. He's in my lap again. All right. Okay, and then of course I could put that down with a dot or something to make sure it stays focused the right way the whole time. And then we're going to put that there. Get this stuff out of the way. And I'm thinking I need to decorate that, although I could just leave it like that and just put Happy Easter there. But I'm going to use these Easter eggs. Sorry, Alchemy just found the paper tray. I think it scared him more than it scared me. But in that process, I did lose my Easter eggs. All right, did you guys see where I put them? Alchemy, did you take them with you? All right, so I was recently with, oh, there they are, a friend's, and she was telling me about a video she was watching, and that said, what's the number one problem in your craft room? And it's that you lose something, yet it's right in front of your face. Yes, that happens all the time. Okay, so I'm going to color these Easter eggs. I guess we should use some soft sea foam that's in there. We'll use some bubble bath. What's another nice Easter color? How about some of this light blue? We'll see how that goes. Hi, Barbara. Thanks for joining. There we go, just some quick coloring of that. And let's see how this will look. I'm thinking I actually want to cut these out. Oh yeah, the Easter eggs are adorable. Whoops. So if you're still with me, again, I'm just decorating right now. You've got the gist of how to make this. And then of course you can make it as decorative as you would like. All right, let's check it out now. Okay. So I might play with those and how that looks, but then just to give you an idea, this one could be the same thing, or spring flowers you could put on this. So I will finish this up, get everything glued down, and then I'll take a picture so that you can see it. But I feel like I might just be boring you now by doing all my playing with it. So let's see, what is happening? So next week on Wednesday, I am live with the lovely garden class. Oh, and I left those, man, I am not prepared. Those cards are still out too. I am sold out of the kits right now. Oh, thanks, Lynn. She says it's adorable. You'll make 5 cards. If you'd like a kit, it looks like this. I am sold out. I have another order on the way. If you ordered last week, you should be already getting your kits any day now. If you ordered this weekend, these are coming out to you tonight. If you order sometime between now and next week, as soon as I get them in, I'll send them out. But join me next week and watch as I make those 5 cards for the lovely garden. Oh, thanks, Carrie. She says it's adorable too. It's the bunny. It's so cute. And the paper. All right, I hopefully will see you next week. Have a good night or good morning, depending on where you're from. See you next time.